So recently I've been getting quite a few comments of people saying, wow, this guy must be cheating, his aim is too good and all that kind of stuff. And I gotta say, I think that's a compliment, and I gotta say thank you to whoever leaves those type of comments, because for one, I'm definitely not cheating. If you watch any one of my gameplays, you will see that I do end up missing shots here and there. But two, I do think that I have pretty good aim, and I want to show you guys 6 things that people normally don't talk about when it comes to aiming better in Black Ops 6. If you guys are lazy or don't have time to unlock all the camos in Black Ops 6, check out MMOEXP. They'll do it for you. They'll get it all done, and they even have double XP tokens and double weapon XP tokens for you guys to get. Check out the link down in the description below. So first off, let me turn off auto sprint because I want to show you guys a little something right here quickly. It's just gonna take a few seconds, and I feel like auto sprint is just gonna make it a little worse to show you guys. So let's say we're playing here, right? We're playing on a map and we want to turn this corner right here. What a lot of people will do is they'll run and they'll just run like this. They'll just look like that, right? They'll just go like this, whatever. Pay attention to that little yellow dot. They'll just go like this and then like that. Well, the thing that sucks about this is if there is an enemy here and you're pointed here, by the time you actually ADS and try to shoot him, he'll probably have you dead. So what I recommend doing, and something that I do a lot, is I use my little yellow dot there as my actual eyes. I use it to scan. So as I'm going here, I'll be turning this with me as I'm going. So by the time I actually do reach here, this little area right here, my yellow dot will be pointed there. So you got to know the map as well. So I'm pointed here, I see no enemies, I'm scanning, no enemies, and if someone's there, all I got to do is ADS and shoot now, which I think is really good. And a lot of people, for some reason, they don't do that. They'll run with the yellow dot pointed at the floor, even if they feel like they're looking up. This is pointed at the floor. If there's an enemy here, or if there's an enemy all the way here or here, pointed right here is not going to be good. For every single situation, I'm going to have to readjust my accuracy. So what I recommend is keeping it kind of at eye level, which is somewhere like this. So if someone does pop up here, you could go ahead and shoot them and then start scanning this way, and you got cover right here to block you. Shoot them here, and then if someone is there, you can just come out again and shoot them there. So have that yellow dot centered before you even begin to shoot. Now, one thing I want to talk about is in the settings, and this one right here I've mentioned quite a few times, but we're going to go over to aiming advanced settings right here, and I'm going to recommend you play on gradual rather than instant and rather than after zoom. After zoom is not bad, but a lot of people seem to think that this helps you when you're actually ADSing and when you're actually in a gunfight. That's not the case. This is only as you're ADSing, as you're transitioning into an ADS. So if I put it to instant and I go to my custom sensitivity here and I put it all the way down to 0 or 10, just to show you guys an example, see how fast I'm moving. The second I press that button to ADS, it's gonna slow down. It's gonna be really, really slow. So if there is an enemy standing at this car and I'm pointed this way and I begin to point at him and begin to ADS, well, it's gonna slow down here and it's gonna take me much longer to actually get there. But if I were to go ahead and switch it out to gradual rather than instant, as I'm ADSing, it doesn't slow down right away. You're gonna see it actually only slows down. It begins to slow down as I start ADSing, and then only when I fully ADS is when it's slow. So you can still actually get kind of quick. So if someone's there, you can actually snap on them a little bit easier than if you had that. Now, I'm using 0.10, which is really hard, and I don't ever recommend doing that. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into here again, and we're gonna set it back to keep it on gradual, but we're going to set it back to 0.90. That's what I like. 0.90 is really, really nice. And then this way, that if there is somebody there, you could just go like that and you could just snap on them really, really nice and shoot them like that. So that's probably one of the only things in the settings I'm going to talk about. I will say also that what you want to do, and what I found really nice, is a higher horizontal and vertical sensitivity at like 2.10, which is really, really nice. And then your ADS sensitivity, like I had here, leave it at like 0.90 or something like that. I feel like that actually works out really, really nice. ADS sensitivity nice and low, but you want your other sensitivity to be high so you could turn on people really quickly. Imagine that guy right there is an enemy. I'm running this way. Well, if I had my sensitivity slow, it'll take me forever to turn and shoot him. But if I have it on fast, I can just go ahead, snap, and do whatever I gotta do. You know, it's just really, really quick, and I like that. Another thing you don't want to do is just stand out in the open like I am right here. This is a really bad spot to be because I could just get shot from any angle. But not only that, if there is an enemy standing here behind those objects, I'm gonna have to shoot his little tiny head, and he has my entire body to shoot. So I don't recommend that. Whenever you can, get yourself behind an object like this and shoot at enemies that way. This way, if there is somebody right there, you're both at an equal advantage. Or if there is somebody running here out in the open, you'll be able to get them before they could get you. You can even drop shot, go around like that, do whatever you got to do, and it just works out really, really nice. So I recommend this. Stay behind objects whenever you possibly can. And another thing is, if I'm aiming at a target, imagine this is an enemy right here, and he starts moving, I'm not going to use my right stick to follow him. I will use it a bit, obviously, to keep it on track with him. But what I will do is I will use my left stick and move. And the reason you want to do this is because it activates rotational aim assist. So let's imagine this is a moving target and I'm trying to follow him and stuff without moving. My accuracy might be a little off. I might be shooting and I might be missing it and stuff. But when you're moving this little right joystick just a little bit, just to activate that aim assist a little harder, and you start moving that left stick, you're going to see that it actually glues onto the enemy a lot nicer. Now, obviously, that's a piece of paper, so there's no aim assist. It's not really gluing on or anything, but it is what it is. Another thing I want to talk about, and this one a lot of people just don't seem to get. Like, it's so easy. It's so basic, but a lot of people don't seem to get it. And when you're shooting at an enemy, imagine, let's go for this guy now because he has guns out and everything. Don't go and shoot it at his head. A lot of people think this is the best place to shoot, but if I start shooting at his head and he starts shooting at me, I'm going to flinch up and miss his head. Now, it won't be that drastic, that's like really crazy, but let's say I'm shooting at him and he starts shooting, I'll flinch up, or my recoil will go up, and I'll miss shots. As you guys can see, I shot twice at him, and the last time I shot, I missed because it hit out of his neck, one shot hit his head, and then the recoil brought it up. So instead, what you want to do is you want to shoot for that chest right there, and think of this little target practice. That X is exactly where you want to be hitting at an enemy, and the reason for that is because if you start getting recoil, it's going to start going up, hitting his head, doing more damage, or if you're shooting him here and you flinch up, you're also going to hit his head, doing more damage. Chances of you missing shots when shooting at the chest, which is the biggest part of the body to hit, and it does the second most damage, is really, really slim. So I would always just shoot here, and then you can see the recoil will go up. Now, this one goes up and right, so you're going to have to control that. You're going to have to hold it left a little, but as you guys can see right here, even with that recoil bouncing around all over the place, every single shot stayed on target, every single one. So it's really easy at that. And if you do flinch up, you will get up to the head. So never go for headshots unless you're specifically going for camos. You will get a lot more headshots shooting at the chest than you will shooting at the actual head. Now, another thing I want to be talking about is you got to constantly be thinking of where you're going to be shooting at the enemy as well. You can't just get into a gunfight and start spraying and praying. There's a reason it's called spraying and praying, and that's because you're just praying to get the kill and not die. What you want to do is you want to actually keep it in your head until it becomes second nature. Every time you get into a gunfight, just tell yourself you're going to go for that chest shot. You're going to hit the chest. You're aiming at the chest. Just focus on that until every single time you get into a gunfight, it's literally second nature, and it's really easy for you to do without even thinking of. This is just going to help you guys out a lot. It might take a few days, might take a few weeks, even a few months of doing that, but once it becomes second nature, you're just going to see that your accuracy is so much nicer. And one other thing that I do want to talk about, and we'll go back into the private match for this, is to actually just slide a lot. So let me go back into my settings, and we're going to just change something quickly here, because in my movements, I do have a lot of stuff messed up here. I do have my button layout changed and everything, but we're just going to go ahead and put my slide, dive, all that. We're going to leave it at L3, and we're going to leave my jump at this one right here. So my sprinting is actually going to be circle for now, which is really weird. I don't like that, but what we're going to do instead is, like I said, we're going to go back in here, and I'm going to turn my sprint assist back on to tactical sprint assist. And that's what I like a lot, because like with this here, I don't have back paddles. I'm able to drop shot, and I'm also able to sprint without moving my fingers off my joystick, and I could jump shot as well. So I could jump shot, I could instantly drop shot, and I could just sprint instantly without taking my thumbs off the joysticks. Now, one thing I'm going to say, let's say you're in this area here, you're in this part of the map right here. All right, you did your scanning, you did everything, you know there's no enemies here, you know there's no one here, whatever, but you have a feeling that there's an enemy in either this corner or this corner. What do you do? What are your options if there's an enemy in those two spots? Well, like I said, you're going to go into this head glitch, and you're just going to watch here. Now, you can't see the full corner, so maybe what you're going to do instead is you're going to go ahead and throw in a little stun in there and see if you could stun him. Now, we accidentally stunned this side, and now whatever, even if you did it accidentally, now you know no one's there. Let's pretend there is someone in this corner. You're not just going to go like this and just start shooting at him. That's a little too easy. He's probably already ADSing and stuff. What you're going to do instead is, and this is what I recommend you do, is you go in, turn, and slide at the same time. And the reason you want to turn before you slide is so that your little yellow dot is already pointed at the enemy as you're sliding. So we're going to turn, and then boom, just go ahead and drop the enemy like that. Now, you might be up here, but this is just an example. I just want to show you guys. This way, you're really hard to hit. If he's sitting right here, if he's lying down in this little corner waiting for you to come in, by the time you slide in, he's not going to be able to stay on target. He's going to miss a lot of shots. You're going to slide nicely and hopefully hit him really nicely as well. And that's what I always recommend doing. When you get around corners and stuff, just slide. And a really good one to do, and let's say you want to get to this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sliding from right here, okay? Just to show you guys something, I'm going to start sliding from here. I dove by mistake, my bad. That's kind of annoying actually. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide right here, and you're gonna see I made it about this far on the slide. It's not that good, but you are still behind the head glitch. What I recommend doing is do a jump before your slide. So go like this, jump and then slide, and you're gonna see the slide brings you out a lot further. So this way you're really hard to hit. The enemies won't see because you're coming down from a jump and you're going straight into a really fast slide. If they're standing there pointed at this way, they're gonna miss most of their shots. They won't even see you do that. And then after you finish your slide, you're gonna come up right here, pop up, and start shooting them from behind a head glitch. They're not gonna see what's coming. I always recommend doing that. It's really nice, especially if you know enemies are there. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go jump, slide, and just pop back up and start shooting. A lot of people don't see that happening. It takes a little practice. It will take you guys a bit of practice to get that down, but once you actually get that down, it's really, really worth it. So like I said last time, to show you guys, don't just go and slide, even though I just dove there, my bad. Don't just do that. What you want to do is you want to do the jump first, because the jump will actually make it really fast for you guys. And then you just slide and you're back into this head glitch. It's too fast. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, those notifications turn on if I helped you guys out at all. I would truly appreciate that. And let me know down in the comments below, what is your current KD in Call of Duty Black Ops 6? Alright guys, my name is Nick. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!